I really thought I was gonna be in my booktube era and I was gonna be recording these every single month, and I recorded one in July and now I'm recording one for November. Hi there, my name is Frances and welcome back to whatever the heck this is. This is November's reading wrap up, I guess. I don't know what else to call it. Reading review. I thought I was gonna read way more in November than I actually did. So when I was planning out my content calendar and like filming calendar and when things were gonna go out, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have so many books to talk about. I read 4 books, which seems like a lot to some people, but also I was anticipating like 6. So I've only read 21 books this year and I challenged myself for 50. We're not getting there, but we're not going to tangent for a second. Midnight Sun took me 3 months to get through. I'm not going to lie. I started in like July and didn't finish until September. And it's because I already knew what was going to happen. So it was really hard for me to like get invested in Midnight Sun, except for the end where it was just like that crazy like Fast and Furious moment with like Emmett and Jasper and Edward stealing cars in Phoenix, and that whole scene at the end where Alice sees into the future how she's gonna do the whole like Bella fell down the stairs scene, and like her like changing things in her head, and it took like the span of them driving from like the dance studio to the hospital. Like in that 5-minute time, she like you don't see from her perspective. You see Edward watching her as she's like getting the hotel room and getting the car vacuumed and buying clothes and sitting at that part was interesting, but up until like the last 100 pages, so boring. Anyway, I read 4 books this month. Let's go through it. I have my Goodreads up. So first I read Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. And I have gone through my Ali Hazelwood era. I think I've almost read everything. Right now I'm reading Bride, which again is really, really slow, but I'm hoping it picks up. I do like her like contemporary like romance, like the ones that are all like sciencey based, so the Bride one's a little harder to get into, but I love Supernatural. I love Twilight, so I figured I'd like it. Anyway, I gave this one a 4. Which one was this one? Oh, okay. This is the one where it's the PhD person going into NSA. Or NASA, sorry. I think this one is my favorite behind Love Hypothesis, which was like the first one I got into, just because, I don't know, I just liked their interactions and everything, and I remember eating this one up. I'm pretty sure I read this in like a day or 2, so I really, really liked it. I give that one a 4. And then next, I think this is my only 5-star rating. Well, actually, it might be my second. I think Hooked was my first 5-star rating. My second 5-star rating of 2024 is Lights Out by Navessa Allen. This was all over my TikTok during the cruise, and I didn't have strong enough internet to connect my Kindle to it, so I couldn't download it. But then I downloaded it when we got off the ship. I'm listening to it right now while I'm driving, so I'm not all the way through the audiobook, but I loved that book so much. I think I like the audiobook way more, but it is just the inner monologue of the main male character, MMC. Freaking fantastic. It's just like all of his little like, oh, should I just slide into her DMs and be like, hi, I'm the one stalking you? Or like, oh my god, why did I have to get a stupid custom headboard instead of one from IKEA? Just like his monologue, or like mommy and daddy are talking now when he talks to Fred the cat. So good. I would listen to it over reading it just because like the voice actors are so good, but it's hilarious. She's writing the second one. It's supposed to come out sometime next year, but I thought I saw something that it's not about the same characters, which is gonna make me sad because Josh is so freaking hilarious. And the fact that she named him Josh, like I'm supposed to fall in love with a tattooed mask man named Josh. Unrealistic. Next, I'm gonna like put titles up wherever I'm not probably blocking this window. Next, I read Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood, and I think this might be the least favorite book of hers that I've read. I gave this a 3, and that's because, I'm gonna ruin the end for this. You build up all this hype that the main character is like this phenomenal chess player and like goes against this like male chess player, and then you build up all this hype for them to like match up at the end at chess. And then we just find out that she beats him in the epilogue. Like it's talked like it's 2 years later, they're going head to head again. Let's see if she can beat him again or if he'll beat her this time. I would have liked to actually see that play out. I understand these books are short and they're really easy reads. They're always less than 400 pages, so they're really quick to get through. But I would have wished to see like them play chess together. Don't know how interesting that would have been in my brain, not being a chess player, if that would have been boring, but I would have liked to see it in order to like make that book feel like closure. And then also most of her books always describe like the couple's like first time doing things. This one also alluded to it, did not talk about their first time doing things. Again, that one wasn't as make or break, but like I like that part of her books where you can like look forward to that. Her books are kind of formulaic to me at this point because I've read them all, except for Bride, again, which I'm reading. So that's why I gave this one a 3. And then last but certainly not least, November Hexed came out, which is the last and final in the like Never After series by Emily McIntyre. I still feel like I'm saying that wrong. Remember in July, I think I read like 4 or 5 of them. And there are 6. So the last one came out, and this one was Ariel inspired, like Little Mermaid inspired. I also gave this one a 3. This one was really hard to get through. She leaned into Ursula, not like this wasn't like the Hans Christian Andersen, like she kind of hodgepodged it, but it's not the story from Hans Christian Andersen. It's very much the Disney one, because the main character is Vanessa. It's supposed to be like Vanessa, Ursula, etc. from Little Mermaid, but she leaned in way too much to the Little Mermaid trope, because there are several quotes from the movie, like The Little Mermaid, that come up here. Like, oh, you'll have your looks, your pretty face, don't underestimate the importance of body language, like that type of stuff, which I think was too on the nose. The other ones, I guess, aren't as Disney, minus the Peter Pan one, and I feel like they were less on the nose, if that makes sense. This one just like, I knew it was Little Mermaid themed, and it was supposed to be, they're all supposed to be like these like fractured fairy tale type things, but that was too on the nose that she was like quoting Ursula from the movie, so I didn't like that. But now I want to rank the Never After books because I have read them all now, and now I can talk about all of them. So I'm going to open this really fast and make sure that I remember which order I want these to go in. Okay. First one is going to be Hooked because we talked about it in July. I love Captain Hook. I love Killian Jones from Once Upon a Time. Sign me up. Sign me up for Captain Hook being the male main character. And that line's come up with Book Talk. There's that like an audio that's like, oh, you want me to burn the world? I'll burn it, like that. Oh, that line, so good. So that one's number 1. Number 2 for me is going to be Twisted, which again, I'll put them all up here. We're just gonna rank them. Number 2 is gonna be Twisted. That one is Jafar and Jasmine, and I liked that one. That one was like a really good story. The way it was written, everything that happened, I liked that one. So that, and then that. The next one's gonna be the Hamlet retelling, which is Scarred. That one was just cool because she built like, that one was like a different world. She built the world really, really well, and it didn't hit on like the Hamlet thing too much. There were like nods of it, but it wasn't like, it's kind of like The Lion King where it's like a nod to it. And then we get into my least favorite. I think Hex is going to fall under that because I hate the next 2 after that. So Hex, the one that I just read, will be 4. 5, I hated these 2. So I think they're like tied, but I think one is more than the other. 5 is me Wretch, which is the Wizard of Oz one, which was like mafia retelling. I really didn't like that story at all. And my least favorite, and this one took me forever to freaking read, and I think this is why, like my August, I read 1 book, and then Midnight Sun. This was the 1 book. It was Crossed. It was a Hunchback of Notre Dame retelling. So it is Claude Frollo and Esmeralda. But like the main character, Claude Frollo, is a priest, but he's like the priest from, what's the Tom Hanks, Da Vinci Code, like that guy that like whips himself. No, like a masochistic, like self-heart. No, that's not what I want to read in my like fantasy smutty books. So least favorite. But that is the order of those. So if you're interested in reading the Never After books, those are my personal favorites and how they go. Definitely recommend Hooked. Definitely recommend Wretched. But I read Hex this month, which is the last one in that series. Gave that one a 3 because it was too on the nose for like being alluded to Little Mermaid. So I've read 24 books this year. So I have 24 out of 50 for my challenge. It is December 1st today. I'm reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood right now, and then I think after that I'm going to do Butcher and Blackbird. because that one apparently is like never after. So I think I'll like eat that one up, and we'll kind of see where the rest of December goes. If you like these types of videos and want to hear more about me talking about books, recently gotten back into them, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to make like regular reading wrap-up videos and kind of change the content of my channel a little bit, because I want to talk about more about things that I like besides Disney. So we're just rambling at this point. So yeah, if you want to see more book talk or book content, let me know down below, and do all of the YouTubey things, comment, like, subscribe, all of that, and we'll see you in the next one.